Foxborough. Today, half of the AFC East ready to square off. It's the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. Snowstorms passing through New England aren't going to stop our game here. And we're off and running from Gillette. And this drive will start inside the 25. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. They'll run it with Travion Henderson. And he charges through the snow for a gain of 4. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Running back sent in motion. This is Henderson on 2nd down. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
3rd down here, need 8 on the play. Throw here, 3rd down. Complete to Diggs out left. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker. 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he sends it up amongst the flurries of snow. Breaks the tackle. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
All right, Bills to the line now. 1st and 10. Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. Well secured by Brandon Cooks. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
On the ground, first run for Ray Davis. And the snow hampering their ground game here as he slowed up just a yard on that run. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Allen on the play action. Finds him on the crossing route. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
That's brought in downfield by Kincaid. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Kate, we see it every week in the NFL. So many of these defenses are predicated on not giving up the big play. So when you get a chunk play, yards like that thrown into double coverage to your tight end, you will take it every time and twice on Sunday.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. It's a James Cook touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bills will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Prater on to send it away. Fielded by Henderson. He dodged the tackle. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Patriots offense headed out for their second drive of the game. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. First call here coming from the shotgun. They go play action. Here's Maye. Look at that power, deep left side. And he makes the, wait, no, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. It just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Henderson's going to take this straight ahead. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Jack Thompson finishing that play off.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. They'll throw. 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's a New England first down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. On the right side, Henderson. Rolling into enemy territory. Touchdown, New England! The Patriots reach pay dirt for the first time this game.
Kate, that play right there, that run is exactly why this team wanted this rookie on their roster. It is so hard to break away from the pack at the NFL level, but this rookie is putting on a show.
Boy, Gallis tacks on the extra point. And the Patriots tie this game 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Ty Johnson now to return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Buffalo offense out there for their second drive of the contest. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone, but the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this, I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them, because they proved last drive they couldn't.
Cook trying this one up the gut. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively, because you also know it can set the table for more.
First down from the 42. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And they were ready for this one. No running room at all. He's taken down behind the line.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Offense to the line. 2nd down. Play action now. Allen. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
3rd and long for him here. Escapes the pocket. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a fourth down.
They're bringing out Mitch Wisnowski to punt it away on fourth. Marcus Jones back to return for the Patriots. He has it at the 13. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The Patriot offense making their return to the field. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on them. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. Patriots lining up. It's 1st and 10. Starting on the ground with Henderson. And he charges through the snow for a gain of 4. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Sticking with Henderson. He's going to be brought down right at the 35. Give him 13 on that play. And the Patriots will have a 1st down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
All set to go now from the 35. They motion the tight end over. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. Operating from the gun, here's May. Has him on the quick hitter. Back to where they started as the play picks up 5. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They give now to Henderson. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
May now on 3rd down. Setting up the screen with Henderson. And they get stuffed. He is knocked backwards on the play. That makes it 4th down.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the 1st, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Bryce Baringer on now to punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. Takes this in at the 25. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. And in a tie game, we've been sensing a breakthrough coming, Brock. Might this be the drive where we finally see one side get the edge over the other?
Well, if it is, Kate, you know and I know it's about play-to-play execution, and more than likely, making sure they can convert in some of those situational downs.
Play action now with Allen. This is complete to Dawson Knox. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
2nd and 3 now. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Cut out left. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Well, bless his heart. Where some quarterbacks look off double coverage and check it down, this guy just attacks it head on. And why wouldn't he if he's capable of beating it for that kind of result?
Motioning the tight end now. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And tough running as the elements continue offering up a challenge partner. He is only able to get back to the line there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Christian Gonzalez has it. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter.
Allen's pass intercepted. The Patriots take over.
Shotgun handoff to Henderson. And he charges through the snow for a gain of 4. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from Gillette Stadium in just a minute. Back and ready now for the second quarter. It's Patriots football. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with. Henderson on the zone read. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Tre'Davious White there on the stop.
He's brought down by Tre'Davious White. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Maye. Completed to his running back. And he goes out, just needs one more step there to reach midfield. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
Off the play action, Maye. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Back to the air, it's Maye. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
Okay, we've seen this running back pretty busy here early on in the passing game, and not just with checkdowns. You could tell this was going to be part of the game plan, and I don't think one incompletion here to him is going to deter that effort.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Throwing again, it's Maye. He's going to loft one deep to the left. The defender was waiting for that one to make a play on it, knocked it away, forcing 4th down.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
The Patriots have their punting unit out. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he's out of bounds, not the return that he had drawn up. No way, and actually loses yards. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target there. And now it's 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And they don't get the stop until he reaches that 25-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
A gain of 13
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And tough running as the elements continue offering up a challenge partner. He is only able to get back to the line there.
No gain on the
No
play.
progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
25-yard line.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. He's got this complete to James Cook. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Bills have a 1st down.
Danger, King. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Davis takes it straight ahead. And the snow hampering their ground game here as he slowed up just a yard on that run. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line.
Now Allen. He puts some air under it deep down the left. Full extension, and he brings it in! They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Cook. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. They go to him again, and he will not get in. The defense holds. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain, and now they're just inches short for 3rd down.
I think I could see that sideline considering a challenge down there. It was close, but I think he got barely enough to escape the end zone. Another run might not be so lucky.
On the sneak, it's Allen, and he's in for the touchdown. The Bills take a 2nd quarter lead. Josh Allen, the touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. All right, Brock, wondering your thought here, because to me it felt like they already had a play picked out to go for it on 4th down if that sneak hadn't worked. Do you agree?
Well, by they, if you mean the guys in the booth on the sideline, sure. But the 11 on the field, that effort just showed you they were not thinking about anything else but pushing it across the line.
Patriots 7.
Now Prater on to send it away. Fielded by Henderson. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The New England offense running out now. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion right. 1st down throw for May. Completed over the middle. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. He gets 16 yards on that play. And that's a New England 1st down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Quite the start to that drive, huh, partner? First play sets him up at the 38. Connects on the crosser. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. A pickup of 17. And the Patriots will have a first down.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent. When you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone coverage, well, you're going to make a defense pay.
There's a dive up the middle. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
2nd and 7.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. It's Henderson on the give. And they bring him down around the 34. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Going to the ground again on first. Good little whip there. Looks like about 6. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets them just as many yards as a short completion would have.
2nd and 3 now. Staying on the ground here with Henderson. And he is into the end zone for a New England touchdown. The Patriots can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead.
Okay, you know what a run like that does? For everybody, for the play caller, for the O-lineman, for the offense, it just gives you confidence that you can call that run again and not expect a little chunk, but go get explosive on the ground as well.
One after is good by Boy Gallis. And the Patriots tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Johnson now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Bills' offense all set for their next drive. And after watching their passing attack take them the length of the field last drive, Brock, I expect we're probably going to see a heavy dose of the aerial attack again here. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Now Allen off the play action. Caught, nice gain left side. And in a blink, they are up to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Gosh, that is so demoralizing defensively. You do everything right, you draw it up right, you got double coverage, and yet you still can't take the ball away.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield. Now it's Cook. And he's going to manage about 3 there before the defense gets to him. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Allen looking to throw. Pulled in by his back. Cook. And this makes it to around the 43-yard line. Marcus Jones ranging over for the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Here's Cook. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Give him 8 on that one, and that's good for a Buffalo first.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
First down, and they go right back to him. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. A gain of 15 there. And the Bills have a first down.
If you really study the great teams when it comes to running that play, that draw concept, watch the offensive line's pad level. Those defenders, those linebackers, they're looking for cues and tells. That offensive line gives it away, that play gets hit in the mouth. Instead, those guys sold it just perfectly, and the yards follow.
And they're going to have first and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there. Timeout taken by the Patriots. They're first to 3. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
4 downs to get this across. Here's first and goal. Blitz coming here. Allen. That one connects. Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's second and goal. Cook. It's a designated keeper for Allen. And he makes it across. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills get some late points and the lead. It's a James Cook touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Now Prater on to send it away. Brings in the kick at the 9. Jukes away from 1. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Patriots offense all set to go. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. New England bringing the offense to the line. First and 10. Maye now from the gun. Hits him on the in route. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. Now we're going to have a timeout by New England. It's second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
All set to go now from the 35. Option give to Henderson. And tough running as the elements continue offering up a challenge, partner. He is only able to get back to the line there. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
To throw, here's Maye. Short pass brought in. Gain of about 8 here, nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
A gain of 9.
Now the Patriots calling their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Third down, 1 yard to go. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
Another punt coming up. Bryce Behringer to do the honors again. And he locates the ball amid the flurries of snow to make the fair catch. The Bills getting one more drive here before the break. They're up by 7. Let's see if they choose to rest on that and just go into the locker room. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. Throwing now on 1st down. Allen has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down just as he gets it up to the 24. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
Bills first down. A gain of 12. And the Bills first down.
So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Now Borregales on to send it away. Johnson with a return here. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Now here's the Bills offense. They've got it first to begin the 3rd. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, and just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
They kick the running back in motion. First down throw for Allen. He completes it in traffic. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Now run by Cook. The 2nd down run good for 4. That brings up 3rd down.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Got his man. Shakir has it. And he's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. They got 21 yards on the play. And the Bills have a first down.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. Easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
Cook trying this one up the gut. And tough running as the elements continue offering up a challenge partner. He is only able to get back to the line there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Another one for Cook. Again, he's taken down right at the line. Same guy, same call, same result, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Allen on 3rd down. But man, that's Kincaid. And he's taken down at the 30. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Bills.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And this is a designed run for Allen. And he won't get beyond the line of scrimmage. Good work by the defense. 2nd down coming up.
Man, it is tough to fool this defense with how they just react to these plays, Kate. They held that line, QB keeper, it gets 0.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. This finds Cooks complete. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's not going to get the first. He made it real close, though, didn't he, Bronk? It's a gain of 5, 3rd down coming up.
Well, the big guy gets him some positive yardage in close. It's not that the defense didn't expect run. I just don't think they expected him to be the one running it.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. He keeps it himself. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
That may not look like much, but that is a confidence builder for quarterback and offensive line in particular. When you know you can push the pile on 3rd down on a sneak and get a 1st down, you may have to come back to that in a bigger moment in this one later.
They'll run. Davis fights his way through a tackle. And he's got them down to the doorstep inside the 5. It'll be a gain of 5, and they've got 2nd and goal now from the 3.
That sure looks like a terrific call after you dial it up, because the execution was awesome by everybody. You get that kind of run on 1st and goal, it sets the table for more success.
Tight end going in motion here. 2nd and goal, it's an option to the left. And they keep him out of the end zone. Can't even get beyond the line. Touchdown denied.
Well, Kate, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice now, and I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we got 2 more shots. Let's continue to pound the football. Can't wait to watch this one.
Cook. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Bills grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a James Cook touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground.
Let's see, Kate. I think in bowling, you get 3 strikes, that's a turkey. You know, in hockey or soccer, you score 3 goals, that's a hat trick. What are we going to call this other than simply splendid?
Prater able to tack on the extra point. And the Bills double their lead to 14.
Patriots 14.
Now Prater on to send it away.
Set to kick off.
Return starts at the 9. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Patriots running their offense out there. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Patriots lining up. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's May. Ooh, puts May under this one, right side. And they took their shots, but unsuccessful on that 1st down throw. Swatted away by the defense.
You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph a pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air. It's May. Complete to Diggs out left. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs from the 37. Slot receivers headed left. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Running it after the penalty. By a man, he's in the clear. Nice work there to cancel out the penalty and then some. That's 9 yards, 2nd and 6 coming up.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Counter play, it's Henderson. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Bills going dime here on 3rd down. To the air on 3rd and long. Over to Douglas on the sideline, caught. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. First down now, ball at the 33. Here's the pistol snap to Maye. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Bills' 24-yard line.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Henderson here from the gun. Nothing doing on 2nd. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer. A great call in a short yardage situation right there, Brock, and that was exactly the type of front that defense needed to have.
Yeah, I agree with you. I love the X's and O's of it, and then even more, the guys going out there and executing it, pulling the trigger to create that loss.
May not have throw on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's a New England first down.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
The play clock runs out. This will be a delay. Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag. From the gun, it's Maye. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Defense showing blitz here. Maye completed over the middle. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. 2nd and 7 here. So roughing the passer gifts them a 1st and goal. They'll run here following the penalty. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Back to Henderson. And he's backed up again as they stop him for another loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Here's Maye, 3rd and goal. Setting up the screen with Henderson. Try spinning away. Oh, he lost the football. And that bounces out before anyone can make a recovery. They're going to have this one inside the 10. All right, so they're facing 4th down now, but they are grateful, no doubt, to be facing it after that sideline right there saved them on the fumble.
Yeah, saved them, Kate, not just on the field, as you're saying, but on the scoreboard. What a hurt to fumble it away inside field goal range. But thanks to that ball bouncing out, they'll get a chance to try a field goal, or who knows, maybe even go for it. That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Now Borregales on to send it away. Johnson now on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
It's an option right that begins this drive. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8. At the
3 quarters in the books from this one. The Bills hold both the football and a solid lead here as they try to close this out. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Oh, flag is down here. This might be a free play. This one won't be reeled in, but they had that green light to take the shot, and they did. Looked like somebody on the defense jumped the snap. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. Here comes 2nd and 3 following the penalty. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Bills have a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
You put a receiver in motion left. And they'll let the clock run all the way down and expire. Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. Here's Allen. Into traffic, complete. They get 4 of those penalty yards back. Still behind the sticks, though. 2nd and 11.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two, two becomes three, and on and on.
He's going to try to drop it in deep right. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force fourth down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
The Bills with a punt team out there. It'll be Mitch Wisnowski doing the honors. Wow, and he somehow finds the ball amid the blizzard here to make the fair catch. Here's New England, ready once again on offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. First call here coming from the shotgun. Made a throw it. Dump off caught by his back. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
2nd and 3 now. The give now to Henderson. Moving to work at the 35. And he's all the way up to the 41. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Patriots will have a first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You call that jet sweep, you're looking for a little bit more than that. But at least it keeps them on schedule and didn't go backwards.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. May now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Bills opting for dime coverage for this 3rd down. Here's May to the air. Hauled in left side. And the pass is stopped before it can get to the first. Great tackle there to bring up 4th down.
4-yard gain.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Down in the 4th, offense staying out there for this. Running for it, it's Henderson. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. It's an 8-yard gain, and a great call there on 4th down. Keeps this drive moving.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. They send Diggs in motion right. And they shut him down on this one. They get him behind the line, and that should push him out of field goal range. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Free play here. Let's see what he does. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. Jordan Poyer has it. And they get to him and tackle him on the return. But will this turnover count, partner? I don't know. There's a flag on the play. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. Move that ball up. It's going to be 6 to go now on second down. A handoff for Henderson, running left. That is exactly why you rally to the football. He got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Maye now on third down. Throwing this one back in the end zone. Defender gets his hand in there and breaks it up. A possible touchdown denied. That's going to bring up fourth down. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown. And you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
And not his best punt here. He drives it several yards into the end zone. That's going to lead to a touchback. The Bills set to take over offensively. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. The Buffalo offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he hits him for a gain of 6. He's up to the 26.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
2nd and 3 now. Throwing here, Allen. Gets it quickly to Palmer. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Gain of 9 yards on the play. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Now a design run. It's Allen. That one stopped right at the line for no gain. This is going to be 2nd down.
QB runs can be some of the most difficult plays for these defenses, but not for the defense right there. Did their homework, and they get an A+ for how they defended that play.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Allen looking to throw. Drops it off to Cook. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And Allen will hold on to this. And he's across midfield into Patriots territory. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Now the shotgun give to Cook. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a 1st down, that's a bonus.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Bills.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Pressure comes, and there's no place to go. The Patriots got him. And they're going to be forced to regroup a bit ahead of 2nd down.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Play action now with Allen. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Here he goes, third and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target. So that brings up fourth and long.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long, but finally this defense has an answer.
So out now comes the punter. And they avoid a return on the play. This one bounces and gets out at the 25-yard line. The Patriot offense making their return to the field. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games, that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Quick throw completed by Maye. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Oh, man, these are the kind of plays you can't wait to get on film and watch the next day. Look at the fellow pass catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get your player in space, your buddies do the rest around you, and a big play follows.
Operating from the gun, here's Maye. It's complete to Hunter Henry. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
This is one of those times, Kate, where I got to put my glasses on up in the booth and realize the line between receiver and tight end is so easily blurred. Why? Because this guy can run. He showed it before the catch with a great route, and he showed it even more so with the yards after catch.
It's his running back. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got first and 10. Again, it's Maye. Throwing the out route complete. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3 at the Bills' 27-yard line.
This is Henderson on second down. And he has them a first down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. Pick up a 5 on that play, and that's a New England first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next third down coming.
First down throw for Maye. That's too close to the sideline, and it's going to be out of bounds.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Still 10 to go. Second down now from the 23. Back to the air. It's Maye. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Now we've got some whistles as a member of the Bills is shaken up and could use a look from the trainers here. Drive has gone 8 plays now as they face third and 3. Throwing now. And the Bills get to him. Down he goes. And that's really one of the only things this offense couldn't afford to see happen, Brock. It's 4th and long.
We've learned how valuable sacks and a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball. and they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
Throw left side, complete. And they are sent off the field. They had to go for it. Defense knew it was coming. That's a turnover on downs. And absolutely no chance of getting the yards he needed. He's brought down well short, and they're going to turn it over on downs. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Drive starts with an option, right side. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. Timeout taken by the Patriots. They're 1st to 3. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Hand off to Cook here out of his own read. And he's going to be bottled up just a few yards into that 2nd down run. Now we're going to have a timeout by New England. It's 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
3rd and 6.
Six yards to go here. It's 3rd down. They'll throw, 3rd and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that makes it 4th down.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Starts the return at the 34. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The New England offense running out now.
At their own 40-yard line.
Good field position for the Patriots as they get set for 1st and 10. Starting on the ground with Henderson. And he's going to manage about 3 there before the defense gets to him. Now the Patriots calling their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Staying on the ground here with Henderson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. We have an injured player here. Looks like it's a member of the Patriots in some discomfort. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. From the gun, it's Maye. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack drives him in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of this 2nd down.
This is one of those cases, Kate, where basketball and football blend together. You know, great zone defenses in basketball. You think about them through the years. They trust one another. They know where they are as defenders on that court. Same thing in coverage. When you trust one another, when you communicate, good things happen. Just like that, you suffocate a pocket because there's nowhere for the quarterback to go.
So the Bills fight their way to a win on the road. And they were playing against the elements as much as they were their opponents and overcame both of them to secure the win here in the snow. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bills, as with that, we'll sign off from New England.